Welcome to Holographic Health Insights, the podcast where science meets soul for complete well-being. Join hosts Reverend Anne-Marie Byers and her daughter Rochelle Generis as they explore transformative health approaches that integrate body, mind, and spirit, from energy medicine to holistic practices.
Pain doesn't have to run the show. Holographic Health takes a mind-body approach to healing, helping you move from suffering to thriving. Let's explore how energy medicine and holistic techniques can help you reclaim your comfort and vitality. Welcome back, everyone. Skip Monty here, co-host / producer, back in the studio with Reverend Anne-Marie Byers and Rochelle Generis. Anne-Marie, Rochelle, how's it going?
Wonderful, Skip. How are you?
I'm just fine. Rochelle, how are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Awesome. Well, being the old guy that I am, I'm very interested in our subject matter today because I sometimes have pain that I didn't used to have. So my question is, how can a person use holographic health to manage pain? Renee?
Skip, pain is something that I've had to learn to manage a lot in my lifetime. First of all, our last segment was on inflammation. And that is the first thing that you can watch that, learn a lot about reducing inflammation in your diet, and that can help with pain. I had several surgeries over the last 15 years, and I was very fortunate to meet Dr. Baruti, the founder of Holographic Health. And he really helped me to reduce my pain level significantly. And pain can be caused by many different things. We're not advocating that you just try to manage your pain totally without your pain medication. If you have had a surgery, if you have chronic pain, we work with traditional medicine, but to minimize the amount of intervention that you have to use with traditional drugs and things like that. And Dr. Baruti looked at me one day and he said, you can reduce your pain level. You have control over it. I learned things that I can do, certain motor movements that cause me more pain, certain supplements that I can take to reduce pain. So those are some of the things that you have control over as an individual. Now, when you have a surgery and you're kind of at the mercy of your body's healing capabilities, you may have to take some significant drugs in order to get through the time it takes for the body to heal enough. And I went through that 2.5 years ago. The last surgery I had was extremely painful. I had surgery in my mouth and I've had surgery in my neck area. And so it took time for that to heal enough for me to stop using the pain medications. Also, I learned that you can utilize ibuprofen in a way to reduce your pain significantly. 3 ibuprofen taken 4 times a day is actually an anti-inflammatory and will reduce pain quite a bit. It will also really hurt your gut. You can get a bad stomach problem by taking too much ibuprofen. So we really want to limit that as much as we can. Sometimes we just don't have a choice to get through the day. But the whole idea is to try to eat well to reduce your inflammation. Like we said, eating organic food, eating a good diet, eating foods that are kind to your body. But then we also have some natural supplements that really help with pulling the toxins out of the body, that help to soothe the body. And by doing that, we can reduce inflammation and pain. Now, white willow bark has been used for many years by the Native American culture, and many people are familiar with that. And we have a supplement called Acaway that has white willow bark, magnesium, and some other ingredients that really help to reduce inflammation and pain. And I've had people that say when they have a headache, they take 4 Acaway and that they're fine. And I usually take Acaway before I go to bed, or if I'm having pain throughout the day, I'll take 2 to 4 Acaway, and it will really help that pain level in a natural way. And the magnesium helps to feed the body and soothe the body. So you don't really get so much stomach upset. White willow bark can still cause stomach upset. So usually I'll also take our HHS product, which is good for the gut. When I'm taking Acaway, when I have to take some ibuprofen, if I'm having a really difficult day with pain. So that's one thing that we have that anybody can use to help with daily pain. We also have a product called Cherry Gold. I take this every day because it really helps me with those aches and pains that come along as you get older, and joint pains and stuff like that. And arthritic type pains is designed for that type of support for the body. We're not a medical clinic. We do not manage pain medically. We utilize supplements to help support the body. So the body and the mind and the spirit can work on the pain and to help provide the nutrition to support the body that way. So Cherry Gold can really help support the body with these arthritic conditions and things like that can really, help to reduce that inflammation we're talking about. And we have some topical products that can really help to build a bridge over the area that can soften scar tissue, like our camphor rub. Camphor rub is based in peanut oil. And I really didn't know this until recently. I thought, why on earth did Dr. Baruti use peanut oil in camphor rub? Well, I found out it's an old folk remedy for reducing inflammation in the muscles and the joints. So it's inherent in the product, in the peanut oil, and we have organic peanut oil. We specify everything we can get organic, or if we can't get organic, it's tested well. So this is a natural camphor in peanut oil. So it goes in and builds a bridge over the body so that energetically the body can heal. When you have a surgery and you have an incision like I've had on my neck, the energy flows into that scar and gets stuck like it's in a ditch. And so that's why you have a lot more trouble healing when you've had a surgery and a scar sometimes, because the energy is not flowing well through that area. So if you put camphor rub over that, it makes it feel better topically. It helps the tissues to heal and reduce inflammation. And then it helps to soften the scar tissue. So if you have a scar, you need to work on that as soon as you can, because scar tissue grows in all these different ways. It's not the smooth muscle and tissue that was there before. And that can grab onto the other tissues and pull. And it can really hurt. So working on that yourself, or getting a massage therapist, a practitioner who is trained in breaking up scar tissue, if you can't manage to work on it yourself well enough, that can really help. So we have one other product I'll talk about is our Ouchaway, which is for feeding muscles and helping them to work to soothe them after you've gone on a run, or let's say you've got muscle cramps, something like that. And you can use these together, and you can put Altuate on and camphor rub over it. Dr. Meridi's wife was a runner, and so he developed that for her because it really helped her when she would run. And so these are ways to feed the muscles, calm down the inflammation, both topically and internally, and then, you know, use the drugs when you have to, need to. But if you can utilize these instead of or in addition to and minimize the drugs you take, then you can be healthier. You can live an easier life. And Rochelle recently had a rear end, and maybe you'll tell us about that and how you've utilized some of these products to help you through that.
Sure. Yeah. So about a month ago, I was in a minor car then. I was rear-ended and had whiplash. I think it wasn't a significant whiplash, but I quickly learned that any whiplash is terrible.
It's whiplash.
Not a fun experience, right? There are different levels of it, but I would have considered mine fairly minor, but I was in a lot of pain. I had a really bad headache for 6 or 7 days that just would not go away. And I was able to manage that with both the internal supplements that Anne was referencing and also the topical products that we have. So taking internal ibuprofen off and on with the ache away and kind of getting both things, giving the nutrition that my body needed to address the pain, and also just taking the edge off with the ibuprofen, doing what I needed to do just to function. And then topically, most of my injury was muscle and tendon related. So these topical products that she's talking about, the Campo Rub and the Ouchaway, also some topical magnesium, really helped to feed those muscles, to relax them, applying heat with a heat pack when I needed that, just really trying to rest and kind of baby those muscles back to health. Epsom salts, all the things that we just know we have in our tool belt. I kind of use all of it, but the things that really gave me the relief were the ibuprofen for the inflammation, the ache away for the inflammation internally, and then the Ouchaway and Camphor Rub topically, often throughout the day with some magnesium topically, just really helped me get over the worst of it. And then listening to my body, like getting some massage, just the really tight muscles, getting some adjustments, making sure that everything was in line and getting enough rest really has been a big key still in the healing process from that.
Very good. Well, I'm glad you're better, and sorry to hear that you had an accident. That's terrible. But I got to get me some of this ache away stuff. That sounds fantastic. Right.
Yeah.
So besides the topical and internal supplements that you guys were just talking about, what are some other practical daily techniques besides supplements that you can use to balance your energy and reduce pain?
So Anne, let her talk just a little bit about it, but she developed this tea called pain tea. She was looking up all these different herbs and other natural remedies, and she discovered that she could just put them all in a tea and sip on it all day long, and it kind of just gave her a little more relief throughout the day. She found that she could sip on it all day long and kind of get a little more relief that way. And do you want to talk about some of the ingredients that you researched and put in this tea?
Well, I can't really take credit for developing the tea. I had a good friend who's also a medical doctor who told me that when you take ibuprofen, there's kind of like a bomb going off in your stomach. And so you really want to limit that as much as you can. So there are things in the tea like licorice root. And licorice root is really good for the stomach and an anti-inflammatory in itself, like cohosh root, peony root, meadowsweet, which really helps the body it tastes good as well. That's good for heartburn also. Kudzu, which is a really good food. Ginger root. Ginger has been used in many cultures over the centuries for reducing inflammation and for healing in general. And it's also good for reducing pain. And sunflower, which is also good for pain and inflammation. So all of these are good for inflammation, which make them good for reducing pain. And, anything that you can do naturally, and sipping on a tea throughout the day is a really easy thing to do. So that's something that I do regularly, and I'll sometimes mix it with other teas. And tea is also very good for you, and herbs are really good for you, even black tea. But once again, I'm going to say, if you're going to buy tea, organic tea is still the best because of all the pesticides. Sipping tea is relaxing. Taking a bath in Epsom salts, and the suggested amounts there are 3 cups of Epsom salts, a half a cup of baking soda, and you can put essential oils in there with you and soak in this hot tub of Epsom salts water. And it is amazing how that will feed the muscles, relax the muscles. And I've done this every day or two religiously over the last 15 years because it just really helps this area to relax. And I just don't have the musculature I used to have. And so by the end of the day, my muscles are like this. And that relates into pain. So doing things like that when you are in tune with your body and you realize I'm in more pain because my muscles are tired and stressed and hard, so I need to go get in the tub and relax, sip on a nice cup of hot tea, and work on that to help my body to recover.
Dr. Brody developed a pain chart, a pain scale, and before he passed away, he added a very interesting category, which I can attest that it needed to be on there: severe itching. So itching is a type of pain, and Dr. Brody always said that you don't die from injury or illness, you die from pain. So that it just zaps your energy, your body can't function. So severe itching is also something that you want to address. It is extremely uncomfortable. I had a severe itch several times, and I couldn't function. I couldn't think. I couldn't have a conversation without just thinking about this itching. So you want to also manage and just find other ways to address the different types of pain that you may encounter. For skin irritations, making sure you keep the area clean and hydrated and moistened, drinking plenty of water, using topical things like the lidocaine just to get the pain, take the edge off the pain so that you can get some relief and then treat it. Oatmeal soaks, very gentle cleansers, not using harsh cleansers or alcohol, avoiding the Germec, like the hand sanitizer, because it is pure alcohol. So really soothing the skin, making sure that you're feeding it and keeping it moisturized and healthy. And then when you need to, using something like a lidocaine cream to take that edge off so that you can restore the health to the skin and the itch area, and identifying what's causing the itch. Again, using some of our Holographic Health muscle testing is also really helpful.
Oh, very good. Wow. That's a lot of information. Good stuff, though. Managing pain is something we all got to do. So thank y'all so much for all that you're offering to us today. Anne-Marie, Rochelle, thank you so much. Love it. We'll catch you in the next episode.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for joining us on Holographic Health Insights. If you're ready to dive deeper into transformative health approaches, visit holographichealth.com or give us a call at 800-566-1522. Remember, your journey to total well-being starts here.